We'll take those same overheads, and I'll show you the Langs. Let's bypass it first. And actually, this is going, I now have 3 in this stack. So it's using what we just heard, plus now I'm adding the 2 Langs. We'll start with just the unaffected sound. That's bringing in just the compressor. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'll tell you, and then you can listen. The first Lang is bringing up the kick. You'll see on the first one there, I'm boosting 120 hertz. I'm also doing a trick with that is kind of exclusive to the Langs, is I'm bringing down 25 dB. I'm bringing down the low end. So I'm boosting the low end, and I'm cutting the low end at the same time. And in doing this, the bell curve is like kind of like this. When I'm cutting it as well, boosting and cutting, then it brings that bell curve to be a little tighter. So it works great on bass guitar. So you can really get a nice tight bass guitar sound without getting too big and too subby and all that. It also works great for kicks. Also, like low end, like chunk guitars, that kind of thing. You can bring up the lows and then also cut a little bit of lows, so it's kind of shaping it. So that's something that's kind of unique to the Langs. Neutral would be all the way down to the left. Yeah. So so as you look at it, so I'm the first. If I can come over here. So the first knob here, so that would be basically unity down here. So that's how much I'm boosting, and this is how much I'm cutting, which is droop. So it's a little strange to figure that out, right? Because it's like that's the amount of boost, that's the amount of cut. So that's what's happening there. The bandwidth, I'm kind of getting a larger bell curve for this. Also in this, I'm kind of getting the snare out. I'm not sure how much that is. You can probably find that online, like in dB. But that's bringing up around 3 or 4K, just to get more of the snare impact out of this. And then after that, with doing this, I thought, well, it's getting a little bit too much in the mid range. So on the second Lang, I'm actually, wait a minute. No, that's another example. Sorry. So I'm getting the overheads of the cymbals here. If you look here, I've used this for the snare, but I can't get 12K and 4K, right? Because it's only one option. So why not just add another Lang, right? So I'm doing the same thing, getting the cymbals with the 12K and more air. So I'll put that in now. So this is without the second Lang. And now this is with the second Lang. Just adding a little bit more openness. This is going to be a FAR drum room mic, 2 mics, which are M49s, and we'll start this without. Now this is just going to be with the Langs only. No, sorry, with that as well. So it's 3, but a different approach. So this is farther away, maybe 20 feet away or so from the drums. That's with. So that's more like in your face, big. Without. I mean, the whole thing just comes to life. So as you can see, I mean, you can push these quite far without getting extra noise, without getting it to be too gritty or harsh. And that's what I love about these AFX, is because I can go at like 5K or 10K, and I can like boost 12, 15 dB, and it's still sounding good.
You overboost one of these to give them an idea of how hard you can push that top end? Because it's the top end and it's the upper mids where these really start to take off for you. Sorry, I'm off camera back in behind you. The voice of God is coming through.
Okay, so let's do this with 12 in the second Lang. Oh. Wait a minute. Go here. Oh, here we are. Okay, so now on 12K, you'll see here. I mean, that's all the way. It's not sounding harsh. It may not be exactly what we want, but it's not harsh. If I go down to 10, 7. So you can see there, you can push it all the way, and it's not getting out of control or too, you know, it's still musical basically to me. Yeah.